Hi, welcome back to BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time we update a story, including this story, which we will follow until it is resolved. New headline says twin brothers who are super close, 19 years old, they missed a trip to Boston, missed their flight, and now their family wants answers because they were found dead in the Georgia mountains. They were supposed to be at the airport catching a flight. And next thing the family knows, their bodies were found in the Georgia mountains. But you got to hear the details of the story. Kadir Malik Lewis and Nasir Rahim Lewis, they were found dead on Bell Mountain in Hiawassee, Georgia on March 8th. Here's a story as it was printed by Brenton Blanchett, and it was published on March 16th of 2025 for People. A family is looking for answers after two brothers were found dead at the top of a Georgia mountain. The remains of Lawrenceville twins, Kadir Malik Lewis and Nasir Rahim Lewis, both 19 years old, were discovered by hikers at the top of Bell Mountain in Hiawassee in Georgia on March 8th. This is by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, or the GBI, announced in a news release. Hikers made the discovery and they got in contact with the town's county 911 center around 11:05 a.m. local time, with the town county sheriff's office requesting involvement from the GBI, which is the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. According to a preliminary investigation, authorities believe that the teens who were found with gunshot wounds died as a result of this is what they believe, because I got to be careful with my words. I have to be careful with my words because YouTube does not like you to use certain words. So the hikers contacted the town county 911 center. County 911 center asked for help from the GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, kind of like the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's a special unit. And they jumped in. And according to their preliminary investigations, they think that the two twins made a deal with each other. And then they walked up to the top of that mountain, and one pulled the trigger first on the other twin, took them out of the world, and then pulled the trigger on themselves and took himself out of the world as well. So one twin unalived both of them. The autopsies are pending and an investigation is ongoing so far, according to the news release. Now, there are a lot of people who are not buying this story. The twins' family has been left shocked by the discovery, to say the least. Relatives are telling the news media houses that they thought the twins were visiting friends in Boston at that time. And according to the outlet, family members said that the siblings booked a 7 a.m. flight to Boston on March 7th of 2024. March 7th, 24 hours, March 7th of 2025, 24 hours before they were discovered in an area that they believe Kadir and Nasir has never visited before. So the family wants to know, why would they book a flight, pay for their flight and everything on their way to go get the flight, and then they just go up to a mountaintop and decide they don't want to be here anymore? Makes no sense to them. Leave in the comment section if you think this makes sense either. The plane tickets were found in their wallets, on their bodies. We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins. Samara Bronner, the twins' auntie, said, "They're very protective of each other. They love each other. Their uncle Raheem Bronner added, "They're like inseparable. I couldn't imagine any of them, each one hurting the other, because over the years, I have never even seen them get into a fist fight before or argument or anything. They were just super close." Samara, and you got to understand, they are identical twins. Samara said the location where the teens were located, the auntie said that was roughly 90 miles away from Lawrenceville and was one they had never even heard of before. They're like, where? What's that place? Didn't even know that place existed. How did they end up out in the mountains? They don't hike. They've never been out there. They don't know anything about Hiawassee, Georgia. So how did they end up right there? They're from a family that's hardworking American middle class family. You would say upper middle class. They are well to do, and the twins are raised pretty sheltered. So it's not like there are kids who or young people who run around with strange company and nefarious characters and get into trouble and they're out late at night and do all that kind of stuff. They are homebodies. They are students. They are highly protected by their family. So for them to be going to catch a flight and then end up at the top of a mountain in an area where the family is pretty sure they had never been before is super strange, and it's not giving what law enforcement is telling them that this looks like. So a spokesperson for the GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, said on Sunday, March 16th of 2025, that an autopsy is complete and official results are pending additional forensic tests. So additional forensic tests need to be done, according to them, for them to fully decipher what took place here. Another aunt, Yasmin Bronner, said that her nephews had a huge support system. She said she thinks that something happened in those mountains. Yassim has since launched a GoFundMe campaign for their funeral memorial expenses in reference to reports of a situation where one person took another person out and then took themselves out this world. She wrote that they wouldn't do this. Please believe they wouldn't do this. They came from a family of love and twins and wanted so much for their own futures. They were optimistic. They were bright boys. They were going places. They had dreams of starting their very own clothing line. Yasmin continued. Unfortunately, something happened at Bell Mountain that ended their lives of 19-year-old Kadir, Nazir, and Nazir, which needs to be further investigated. We need your support to share this story. Don't let this be swept under the rug. This is her words. She said she needs support for people to share this story. So that's all we're doing over here at BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. We are sharing the story. You know, there's been quite a few of these types of situations. Young black people found hanging from trees, gone missing, and it's always the same answer. Oh, they did it to themselves. They just had a bad one, decided they didn't want to be here anymore, took themselves out. Problem solved. Close the book. On to the next case. And I'm starting to believe that some of these are not just as they say it is. It's just easy to close the case that way. Looking at these two twins, I'm not saying that it's not possible that that could be the tragic story, the tragic end. However, I'm not really buying it at all. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. What do you think happened to the twins? How did they book a flight, paid for their flight, had their tickets on them? What? Just the fact that they had the tickets on them shows me that they were on their way to go get the flight. And to go from that to being found at the top of some mountain where hikers are the ones who discovered their bodies way off in the top of the mountains, far away from home and in a whole different direction of the airport, this makes no sense. I sense foul play. You? I'll catch you on the next video. It's SoFloTv. It's BrainFLoTv. I do have another channel on YouTube called SoFloTv, but it's BrainFLoTv. Hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time we do an update to these stories we follow, as we will be following this story closely. I'm out. Peace.